Today I'll be showing you Transform and Rollout Agent Meister. As you can see, he's a version of Jazz from Generation 1. So this is the first time for me recording on a new equipment, so I'm sorry if there are any troubles with the autofocus and stuff like that, but I try to do it as best as I can. So as you can see, Jazz is already out of the box. Here is his box. So let's look at the box first. The box is made from basic cardboard, but I actually like it. I like the shape because it's easy to hold. It doesn't require much room, so it's kind of reminds me of a book size. There's something written here. You have some images of the figure here, so just a basic box, but I like it. I will be storing this anyway, so it was nice to open this, but right now it's not. I don't need this. So inside the box you will find this, a plastic tray with the accessories that I removed, and what is nice, there's at least on mine there was a layer of this foam, let's say, to secure the front of the car from bumping, so that's a nice addition. And also inside you will find accessories, so his gun, two of the speakers, and this is something that from the set, and here's his hook. So those are very nice, especially the blue chrome on those is very nice. And there's also a collector card with some information and instructions. And instructions are not very good. I mean, visually they are okay, but they are omitting some steps, and I had some trouble with transformation. But I will be showing everything from car to robot, so you will see everything. So let's back to the figure. Here's Jazz in car mode. Let's adjust the camera a bit. So if you do not know, he is a version of this figure, and this is a Generation 1 Jazz, and he is, at least I think, meant to represent this toy version more than the cartoon version. So I will be comparing him to this version. I also have other versions of Jazz that are available, so that I will be showing you, but I will be making a separate movie for a comparison between every incarnation of Jazz. So let me get this guy out so you can see them side by side. So here is Generation 1 Jazz and Transform and Rollout Jazz next to each other. So as you can see, they are quite similar. This is actually a very early version. It's a circle stamp version, one of my prized possessions. So I actually had a different Jazz when I was a kid. It was this one, gold box European version, but they are very similar to each other. So as you can see, they are very much alike. This is more like a real car, so the lights are different, but they are very similar, especially the lines and the colors. So let's get this guy to the side and let's take a closer look. So as you can see, he has actual Martini Porsche on him, which is very nice. On mine, this headlight is like molded inside in a strange way. This one is flat, so but I actually would prefer if both were like this. So that's one thing. The paint is extremely nice. I don't know if this is painted. I know it's plastic, but as you can see, it reflects in such a way that it can come out as metal on the video. So that's actually a bonus for me, because if it's not as heavy and looks like metal, then why not? And so this is how he looks. He can roll. There's not much clearance, but as you can see, you can set him up so that he can roll with no problem. As for the size, here is him next to Sideswipe, so he is a bit too big, I'm afraid, in car mode. He would fit nice with the Generation Toy Protector Buds, I think, because they are also bigger. And he is slightly, I think it's acceptable, but he is bigger than he should be, I think. So there's that. And for accessories in this mode, I think you can use those speakers. At least I saw someone use them to connect them somewhere here, I think, or there's this part here, so maybe it was like this. So you can kind of, maybe it was like this. So you can probably, can you? I think you can. So you can slide them. I don't know if this is the proper way or the intended way, but you can have something like this, so it looks like he used them from the show. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, the blue chrome inside is slightly different on both sides. So this one is slightly, it has slightly less blue chrome. From the outside they are both the same, but on the inside they are different. But that's cool, I didn't know that, I just discovered it, so that's very nice. And I'm sorry if you will be hearing my cats if they are too loud, but let's go to the transformation, because you might have some problems if you're using only the instructions, so I will try to show you how I do it. So you can begin in a few ways. I just like to move this up and just move those parts, as you can see here, move them slightly up so they are like this. You can help yourself by moving this, and this is on a, so you have something like this. Same thing on this side. It will help you to unlock everything later, so I just prefer to do it now. And then you just have to, by holding it like this, you just move it to the side until it unlocks. And when moving this up, you can now extend the legs fully like this. So now you can do either the legs or the top part. So it's, what do you prefer? I think I will do the legs first. They gave me most trouble, I think. So you just have to separate the spoiler and separate the legs. And now the tricky part, this thing here, as you can see, I am moving it, they are both the same. I'm moving it like this and rotating it. Let's move this part down. There is not much room here, so right now let's move this part here. Same with this, just so it's a bit out of the way. It's wobbling a bit, but it will be secure, so do not worry. So as you can see, there is some clearance here. Okay, so let's leave it like this, and this part here has to rotate, but there are two parts that are holding it. It has to rotate this way around, but when you move it like this, you have to move a peg that's under this part. So as you can see, I'm doing something like this. So there is a peg showing right here. So right now I move this out, and this allows me to rotate the whole section. And when I do this, I can push this thing up, and this collapses this part. So same thing here. Use your thumb to hold those two parts, and as you can see, it's now opening, and now I'm moving it like this. So once you do it, I think it will be easy to see, but it may be hard at first. And now this leg will lock into place. So to do that, you have to, this hole here will have to plug into this part. So it may seem hard to do at first, but it is possible to align everything in a very nice way. So Okay, so so it's aligned right now, and something else is like this. So this is aligned, and now this will align here. And also now you can bend this part here and push it to this knee here and use some force, and it will lock and form a nice shape. With this you can do a lot of things with it. You can move it like this, slide it down, move it like this. So there are a few options. I would just leave it like this because this is the preferred way, and the next leg will do the same. So there is clearance to move everything, but it's very tight. So okay, I hope that you can see everything. Like I said, this is my first time doing this with a new camera. So okay, so now let's lock this part here. Okay, so it's locked. Now this thing will lock. Come on, lock it. Okay, this will bend, and this will now move like this here. Make sure that the angle of this is correct when you push it, so that this thing it doesn't go in like I just did. So like this, and just push it all the way. Come on. Okay, so the legs are basically done. Like I said, this can be positioned in a few different ways. Let's do it like this for now. Okay, so now let me adjust this a bit. Let's open this part. It's not opening, so I think I have to move maybe the arms first, or let's try the arms. No. Okay, so it's this part here was just stiff, and now the arms should be able to move. So okay, this one, it's on it has few hinges here, so you can unwind it so it's out of the way more. And now this part here slides into this part, so the best way to open it, I think, would be to hold this and pull it like this. So as you can see, I am sliding this thing out. Let's move those doors like this so they are not in the way, and it's all the way out, and you can move it like this. And there are, right from this point, there are a few configurations that you can do. Those wings slide out, which allows for oh okay, I cannot do it because the wheels are here. So for the wheels, move it out, rotate them inside, and slide it in slightly, same here, just so they collapse. You get something like this. The head now can rotate, so there is a bit of a scare for the head that it may rub against some plastic, but I do not think it is possible because there's enough room and I don't see how it can rub, so do not worry about this. Okay, so now let's move those arms like this, and the first configuration is with the wheels like this. So now by holding this part you can just rotate everything, and as you can see, I broke this part off. So I think it was supposed to go into this opening here, as you can see, but I broke it off. But actually there is another way to use this that most people are using. Just allow this thing to go in like this, see, and it's holding just fine. And now the part that a lot of people will have problems with is the part with securing the arms. So let me move this a bit back so I have more room. So I can see there are a lot of actually strange parts here, but there is a opening here, and this is the opening that will catch this part here. So I will now do something like this, that let's okay, everything has to be pushed in. I will move this part so that it is grabbing this opening, and now just rotate this so it grabs on this part here, and I help myself with the phone. Once it's done, it's very secure. It's really hard to show you, so I will try to do it like this. So like grab this part. Oh, it's okay, the whole chest rotated. So grab this part like this, and now this part here has to go into this small thing here. You can help yourself from below with the thumb to secure this more. Come on, it's hard on this angle. It's not that hard once you know where to push, but on the camera it is hard, unfortunately. So once again, I will try to grab this part first, and now just try to grab this. Oh, it grabbed. Did it? Not exactly. Okay, now it's okay. So as you can, no, it's not. It's really hard to tell, but once it's done, it's very secure. So let's do it like this. And something is still wrong. I think it's okay. So yeah, it's okay. So now extend the arm, open the small hands. Okay. He does have very small fists. So okay, come on, go out. Okay, maybe I need to extend this first, but it's come on. Okay, this fist is out, and you can hide those doors just like this. Just rotate them like this, and there is enough room. It may seem like there isn't, but it is enough room. Okay, and as you can see, one of my arms unplugged, and I'll try to do it in a fast way. So just connect here and click, and it should be okay. Okay, so basically our jazz is done. So let me pause him and let's see him closer. So here is Agent Macer next to a G1 Jazz. Agent Macer is in his cartoon setup, so but you can see how they look together. I'll be showing this guy later with some other setup. And for the accessories, you can really do a lot of things with this guy with the accessories. So those two can plug in here, and you can have something like this. Let's see here, yes. Okay, so you can have those two speakers, so that's cool. He also has speakers hidden here. That's very like the show, so I appreciate this part a lot. I actually like those two speakers a lot more than those two, but this is very cool. This part here can be attached to his hand, just like in the G1 episodes. Let's move. You have to hide the hand, and it just plugs in like this. It's quite a tight fit, but it's a very nice chrome anchor. And for the gun actually has this swivel here. I'm not sure what it is for. I think you can store it somehow in the car mode, but I have no idea how. But let's get the gun into his hand, so you can do that. I didn't actually put this in this hand before, but in the right hand it was holding it very securely. And how about this one? Usually there is only one good hand, but let's see if I put this Okay, so the okay, no, the right hand is the better hand to hold the gun. So, but here is him with the accessories. He's looking very cool. Let's remove them, and let's remove this part. I will be showing him. Whoa, that's tight. With the gun in his right hand, since this is the hand that he is holding it more securely with. So I can see once the arms are attached in a proper way, they are very have a very good fit, so they do not disconnect easily. So here is him with the gun. Actually, I'm liking this version very much. I felt that I would like the door toy version, but this one is also very nice. And as for his proportions, his chest is wide, but different cameras show it in a different way, so depending on the lens it can really look different. So the best way would be to judge it when you're on ours. I think he looks best with this angle here. So let's see him with some other bots. So here's him with Prowl. So I think they look nice together. He is very similar size. He may seem smaller, but the heads are on the same level. I'm not sure why he looks a bit smaller on the camera. So here is him next to Make Toys Hound. They look very nice together. Here's him next to Spin Out. Very cool. And here is him next to Optimus. So as you can see, I think this Optimus could be a little smaller actually, but here's how they look together. And this guy has options for his display. So this is a basic G1 version. I think he's compacting very nice. This hood can be a bit lower actually, but okay. You can deploy his wings, so to do that you just unplug his back and the doors. I always said doors, but people started saying wings, and I'm now saying wings after them. So okay, let's extend this. You can reconnect this part. So here's him with the doors. Very cool. He does have those windows here that you can put up also. Very nice, very cool. And he has a toy version look. This is a semi-toy version look with the wings deployed, but he also has an option to get the wheels on his shoulders. That some of you may not mind this, but this was a very important thing for me, so I am very happy that this option is available. So let's put this in, disconnect the shoulders, move this thing up a bit. This will extend all the way, and move it like this. Yes, okay. Same for this part, and you can now close this part down. It doesn't have the wheels to sit on, so it's a bit less stable in this part here, but it actually uses a different kind of connection. So you have to push the wheels back to expose this metal part here, and there is a opening here, as you can see. Let's focus on this. See, this thing here will grab the metal bar, so I just have to move like this, and just so it's on the. Oh, I lost the vision for a second there. So it's on the proper angle, and it should clip into place. Did it? Not really. Okay, so it's now clipped into place. As you can see, it's secure. and same on this part. So it's really, I like this kind of engineering. So it's like they were thinking of a way to attach this, and they came with this part. So if it works, it's not crazy. So it works here. So it gives you the option for like free display versions. So I like it, but it is hard for me to show this on the camera. So once again, this will have to be bent here. Oh, okay. I'm not seeing everything. Okay, like this, and now you just push this part so it clips into place. Can I do it on screen? Let's see. Yes, I can. Okay, so let's clean him up, and we'll get back to this version. And here we go. I think this is a main selling point for this guy. This toy version, it's really what I was looking for. So as you can see, here's him next to his G1 self, and this is what I had as a child, and this is what I wanted to see done in a modern masterpiece way. So I think this figure achieved this. Also, I think this mirror, this can slide in a bit more. The one thing he's missing is his shoulder launcher. Fortunately, I made one through 3D printing, so you can, I will be selling them probably, so you can see him with this launcher. And other Jazz versions, this is a Toy World version next to him. This is a GT version. They have some 3D printed accessories, but basically you can see how they look together. I do not have Make Toys one, I sold him, but I will be getting one probably for a video comparison of all of my Jazz figures, so you will see him. So here he is with some other very toy-like versions of masterpiece figures that I have. So this is a Gundog, Make Toys Gundog. Here's a Omnigonic Spin Out. We can also put in Make Toys Inferno if he will be in the frame. So that's what I'm going for, and with this setup it's really looking nice, I think, at least to me. So I like this figure a lot, but you may not like him as much as I do, because he's not easy to transform. He is a bit of a challenge, but in a good way. I mean, you have this. Some of the figures, when I transport them, I live with a bad feeling. Like I went through a chore and I got nothing worthy out of it. With him, after some fiddling, you get a figure that makes up for it. At least in my case, for the problems with the transformation. And is he a better figure than, let's say, this guy? I do not think he is a better figure, but I think he is a better Jazz. So even with the white chest and all, he is at a very nice price right now, and he is at the place when I wanted masterpiece figures to be, like Prow here. I think this is this era showing, and I think that they look very nice together, and I hope that we get more of figures like this. Like this is Skids from X-Transbots. I think he would also be a nice fit if not for the head. This head is actually modded, but so if he had a toy head, he also would be a very nice fit for those figures. So yeah, here is a Transformer Rollout Agent Meister. I like him a lot. I think I showed you some of the things that you can do with him. I think you can collapse this a bit more, actually, if you want. This is my launcher. I'm working on this part, so it can it can be more stable, and I think you could collapse this more if you wanted, but not necessary, at least for me. So yeah, here's Transformer or Rollout Agent Meister. I really like him. You could give him a try. I think it's worth just for the car mode, which is beautiful. So thank you for watching this video, and see you at my next videos.